I'm about to show you some video that to me is symbolic of the absolute sweat-drenched panic that the woke mob virus left mafia is feeling right now. James Carville, who, as most of you guys probably already know because you're an educated, sophisticated audience here at Nez Nation and you're amazing patriots of the greatest country on planet Earth, America, know that Carville is one of the masterminds behind Clinton's rise and his election back in the 90s. Huge Democratic, part of the elitist consortium, advisor, consultant, and he was caught on camera. I mean, I'm going to talk about this in a second, but he was caught on camera going on a wild, juvenile, adolescent, unprofessional, completely unhinged rant because he knows what we all know. He knows what happened in 2020. He knows what happened when we all went to sleep on that fateful night in November of 2020 when Trump was ahead in all of the swing states, and then we woke up and everything changed. He knows what happened there, and he also knows what's happening now, that Trump is in a latest poll, even CNN, God bless, oh my goodness, CNN even agrees, a latest poll showing Donald Trump is ahead with an impressive 6-point lead in the 2024 presidential race. Well, Carville didn't quite take it too well. And he had some strong words for young voters. So if you're a young voter watching this right now, let me know in the comments. If you're somebody who knows a young voter, maybe you have a young voter in your family, a relative, what have you, let me know in the comments and share this out because this is the left's message to you young voters. I have to give you fair warning. There is some serious choice language here, so viewer discretion is advised. If you maybe have your babies or your young ones around, you might want to, I don't know, or if you're easily triggered by very choice language, explicit language, you might want to skip this.
Are you kidding me? Is this the United States of America? Is this the nation that was founded on the principle that no person is above the law? And then you tell these young people, if you don't get involved right now in this election, they're going to be involved in your life for the rest of your freaking life. And if Trump and Roberts and Alito and Gorsuch and Thomas and Leonard Leo and the Heritage Foundation, if they get a hold, there will be no government left. There will be no rights left. You'll live under theocracy. You'll end up with Christian nationalism. But that's all right, you little fucking 26-year-old. You don't feel like the election's important to me. They're not addressing the issues that I care about. Well, the New York Times wrote a story about the Harvard Youth Poll, which is a pretty good, well-regarded thing, a guy named John Della Volpe. And very recently, they gave youngsters the 15 most important issues. Clocking in at number 14 was student debt. You wouldn't know that if you read the fucking press. Number 15 was the issue of Palestine. High on the list was abortion, was interest rates, was housing affordability, well, all of these other things. You are being insufficiently served by the commentariat, and to some extent, you're being insufficiently served through democratic messages. So my advice to tell these young people to get off your motherfucking ass and go vote, because you should vote like your entire future and the entire future of this United States depends on it, because quite frankly, it does. And that's not an exaggeration.
Boy, it sure does sound like the same old song and dance. I mean, the absolute hyperbole and the alarmist language and this, it's completely unfounded and unsubstantiated. It's all the same stuff, by the way, that they said in 2016. They said, if this guy wins, if he has the nuclear codes, he's going to start all these wars. He's going to end all of our freedoms. He's going to start a totalitarian regime. He's got the nuclear codes. He's going to bomb Iran. He's going to start all. No wars, economic prosperity, jobs, economy, interest rates, the Fed, inflation, everything was perfect. What do we have now? Putin invades Ukraine. We're sending endless aid over there. God knows there's no more battle. Isn't it interesting that there's zero battlefield footage anymore? All I see coming out of Ukraine is footage of them hanging out in nightclubs and enjoying their lives. Where's all that battlefield footage that we saw, back in 2022, et cetera, years ago? What happened to all that? We've sent over $150 billion over there. Meanwhile, our border is unsecure. We've got over 18 million illegal, undocumented migrants crossing over, thugs, rapists, murderers, cartel, gang members, criminals, the same criminals that killed Lake and Riley, and God knows how many countless others. Inflation is skyrocketing. Gas prices skyrocketing. Grocery costs, consumer goods skyrocketing. Businesses going out of business, especially small businesses. We've got crime out of control. We've got universities that literally look like Hamas hostage camps. But no, remember, this is the guy. You shouldn't vote for this guy. You got to get off your butt. It's the same rhetoric. It's the same insane, panic-driven. They're just so scared of losing power. These are the same people who claim they care about you and me. They don't give a rat's ass. I know these people. I know their hearts. Trust me, America. I know what goes on. I know what kind of blood pumps in their pathetic veins, their ungodly lizard veins. I've worked with these people my whole lives. They are the absolute dregs. They are the swamp vermin. And they're spreading this vitriolic, hateful, malicious spew, this scummy language. Is that a way to cull favor with young voters? I mean, you let me know in the comments. If you're a young voter, I'm really curious. Is that something that inspires you to galvanize you to get you on their side? Let me know in the comments. I mean, this is absolutely insane. Here's another thing, too. I want to play this clip, too. This is from MSNBC's Nicole Wallace. Listen to this absolute unhinged exaggeration, which, again, this is their whole, I mean, you see pushing up daisies. Pelosi says the same thing. Weasel Schiff says the same thing. AOC says the same thing. Tombstone Vegetable in Chief Biden says the same thing. Listen to the similarities between this unhinged rant by MSNBC's Nicole Wallace. It claims if Trump wins in November, there might not be a White House free press. Let's listen to this.
I've seen that toast a bunch of times, but it landed very differently this year because depending on what happens in November, 7 months from right now, this time next year, I might not be sitting here. There might not be a White House Correspondents' Dinner or a free press. While our democracy wouldn't exactly fall apart immediately without it, the real threat looms larger. A candidate with outward disdain, not just for a free press, but for all of our freedoms and for the rule of law itself.
Not just for free press, but for the rule of law in general. He wants to outlaw all our freedoms. This is the same party that says defund the police. This is the same party that supports terrorists taking over universities. This is the same party that every single city that is run by these ideologies and these policies, a la Oakland, a la San Francisco, dystopian San Francisco, Los Angeles, Chicago, Seattle, DC, do I even need to go on? Are being torn asunder. Crime waves like we've never seen. Smash and grabs, home invasions like we've never seen. Although you go to Miami, you go to Florida, run by actual real leaders like DeSantis, and what do you see? You see prosperity. You see things are taken control of. Look at Texas. Look at what Abbott's doing, trying to fight our very own government to secure our border, getting rid of these Hamas terrorists on these campuses of University of Austin, Texas, and so forth. These guys don't give a rat's ass about us. So I throw this off to you, Nez Nation. I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think of these unhinged rants? And by the way, this is indicative of the entire woke left mob virus mafia, the Obama-Clinton consortium, the Oprah consortium. They're all spewing the same messages that come from their cult leaders and their mafia high offices. essentially saying the same thing that they said in 2016. If this guy wins, aka Donald Trump, we're going to see lawlessness. We're going to see chaos. We're going to see tyranny. We're going to see fascism, when none of it happened in 2016, and none of it's going to happen in 2024 if he wins, which he should win. But I want to hear from you. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I try really, really hard to respond to all the comments personally. It's literally physically impossible for me to do that. So members, you get first priority, as well as super chats and super thanks. Consider becoming a member. You get access to our full members only Discord. You get badges next to your name and live stream, shout outs, exclusive content, whole lot more. Link in the comment description and show notes below. Also, if you made it this far, consider becoming, this one's free, consider becoming a Nez Nation Insider. It's our free newsletter where you get all the latest breaking news, videos, live streams, updates, current events, top stories right to your inbox that the mainstream media won't cover. The real objective truth, so you can stay informed. This is the only place you need to be, your one-stop shop. And it's free. That's in the pinned comment and in the show notes and description. Become a Nez Nation Insider right now if you haven't already. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. They are phenomenal. You might have missed these right here. Follow, subscribe. As always, God bless you, your families, and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.